Eden's Living TV coming to you. I wanted to teach y'all about the dopaminergic system. I had that come up the other day, and I had to kind of pause a little bit. I'm like, okay, I know it deals with dopamine. I know it deals with trauma usually. So I had to go do a refresher. And if I had to do a refresher, I want y'all to know. So if you look at these receptors in the brain, you have all of these different pathways and different parts that, like your hippocampus and your amygdala, that hold your memories. But if you go in and you see this right here, this blue, that is the dopamine pathway. So let's go back. I'm hoping I didn't mess myself up here. Dopaminergic system. It is a neural pathway to the brain, and it utilizes your neurotransmitter. Your neurotransmitter is dopamine, your feel good, happy, your serotonin, dopamine, your happy hormone, happy fear, your neurotransmitters. It plays a very crucial role in brain functions. That's your motor control, your motivation, your reward, and your cognition. So, like when people are giving you the silent treatment, which I have a mindset coach doing this, all ironic people trying to pull this crap. It's abuse. It's emotional abuse. It keeps you in that dopaminergic system where you want that reward system where you're having hope, trying to figure out what went on. So there's that pathway that gets affected, and that is a motivation reward system and cognition. So if you have disruptions in this area of the brain, it can contribute to conditions like Parkinson's disease. My daddy died of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, so that's one reason why I started studying the brain to fortify my brain. I developed a tic recently. I started having a tremor, and my dad had Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and it really scared me. It can also contribute to addiction and schizophrenia. Again, different regions of the brain. Let's talk about those regions. Let's talk about the key components and their functions, breaking it down. You have the dopamine, you have the dopaminergic pathway, you have the mesolimbic pathway, the mesocortical pathway, the nigrostriatal pathway, and the tubuloinfundibular pathway. Yeah, that's a big one. Tubular infundibular pathway. So let's break these down. As I said, your neurotransmitter is your dopamine. That neurotransmitter, its job is to transmit signals. Signals for your brain, your neurons. Each neuron's trying to get the body to do what it's supposed to do. So you have these dopaminergic pathways. These are specific neural pathways. That blue pathway I showed you in the brain, it utilizes this neurotransmitter dopamine. It includes the mesolimbic, mesocortical, the nigrostriatal, the parts of the pathways that I showed you up here in the brain. This mesocortical pathway involves the higher cognition functions like decision making. Let's go and look at that. There it is over here. There's your mesocortical right in front. So that is more of your executive decision-making pathways. And then you have your nigrostriatal, primarily responsible for your motor control, your coordination. I have a traumatic brain injury. I'm recovering. I have a brain tumor I'm struggling with. It's affecting my eyesight, affecting my balance. So all these different pathways, I'm trying to learn how to fortify, how to detox, how to balance, doing a lot of biofeedback. The tubuloinfundibular pathway, it regulates the release of your hormones. If you've had a brain injury, your pituitary gland has been bruised and has to be supported. Not treating, curing, preventing, just educating you on what my research has shown. So it is very important for your brain function, your motivation reward, dopamine's release in response to pleasurable experiences, reinforce the behaviors that led to those experiences. I'll tell you what, dominatrix, they know, they use that reward. I'm laughing because this person said, I could teach you how to become a dominatrix. I'm a healer, don't want to beat people, thank you. Movement. The neurostriatal pathway is critical for smooth, coordinated movements. Cognition. This is the mesocortical pathway involved in attention, focus, and decision making. Learning and memory. Your dopamine, who knew? Your neurotransmitter, your hormone, plays a role in how the brain learns and remembers information. So you have these disorders and these disruptions. As said, my dad died of Parkinson's. Parkinson's is a degeneration of your dopamine-producing neurons in that pathway, leading to tremors. Oh, I need to really, if I'm starting to have tremors, I need to start learning how to support that pathway. Addiction, substance abuse can lead to excessive dopamine release. You always chase that high. You always hear that in the drug. Oh, I took it and I was so high. And for 40 years, I chased that original high. Yeah, you're chasing that dopamine response. You want that pleasure response. Reinforcing all these addictive behaviors. Schizophrenia. I have a whole theory about schizophrenia. I believe a lot of it's heavy metal toxicity. And I also believe it is a frequency in the brain. It's imbalances in the dopamine levels in your mesolimbic and mesocortical pathways, implicating like psychosis and hallucinations. It's brain problems, guys, brain imbalances. Your dopamine dysfunction associated with ADD. You meet somebody with, they can't keep their attention like me. Oh, look, squirrel. Your brain neurotransmitters are not balanced. Your dopamine, your serotonin levels are either being overproduced or underproduced. And it can affect your attention and focus. Do you have depression? Well, guess what? Your low dopamine, your pleasure neurotransmitters, they're low. It can contribute to depression, low mood, no motivation. So look at the difference between the dopaminergic related to dopamine, working on dopamine in common with neurotransmitters. I wanted y'all to understand that this has a system. Your whole movement, movement is medicine to the body. Your whole movement, motivation, reward system, and related behaviors all links to your dopamine system. What is your dopaminergic system? Now you know.